Okay. All right, guys, we're just going through, just introducing. We're going to talk about some things that we're doing on the team, but also we're going to chat about the Katie Trent call that I was a part of. So the first thing I want to say is that I think that I'm just, reaching out and working with different folks about kind of a 3-tiered message blitz in your organization. If you feel like this is the right time for you, I want you to, kind of listen. I can give you examples if this resonates with you. Just message me privately about it. I know Kim Rainey and I have chatted about this, and it seems to be something that was exciting for her. So the 3-tiered message blitz looks like a message going out to inactives and inactive customers and inactive ambassadors, right? And the premise of that is that this is really just calling to action or calling to the table. Where are you at? Let's take your temperature. Let's see what's going on. And then the next message would go to possible business builders, meaning people in your organization that, you're kind of working with already, you're dealing with, they might not be growing at the level that they should be. And then the next one is level 1 happy wholesalers, right? That you might have talked to about the business, but you, they aren't running the way that they need to be. So if you're interested in scripts on that 3-tiered kind of different message blitz, happy to share that. I'm feeling really, so moving into the next topic, I'm just trying to keep it moving. I really am very empowered and convicted to talk about not only engagement with your personal network. We all know that that's amazing. I don't know. I think that everybody here is pretty engaged in our 4-day posting challenge. What I love about that content is that it is asking us to post things that allow for conversation to crop up, right? And we're mushrooming a conversation based on things that happened in our life or open-ended posts. Am I too dark? Or am I okay?
You're fine.
Okay. So I love that. So anytime, I love this posting challenge. If you haven't gotten involved in it, and I'm pretty sure all of you have, but if not, get into that. I think that anytime we can create a conversation and open-ended questioning is serving to our goals of connection. Okay. So I'm going to move into Katie's training. I have something that I jotted down that I'm going to come back to at the very end. So you guys, the thing that is amazing about Katie is she's very open about what she feels like would maybe be a flaw, but is just her personality, and she's operated around it. And I loved that. And I really connected with a lot of the things that she said. So she shared that passion and mindset, the passion and the mindset change have been everything for her in her business. Okay. So it really has to do with where you are mentally about things. It doesn't matter who's ordering, who's not ordering, who's engaging with you, who's not engaging with you. When your mindset is very locked in and clear, that is the difference maker. So I don't know if any of you guys have been on the call where I kind of talked about how to pay rent into your business, right? Like, what do we do? What do you determine every single month that pays the rent of your business? She shared something that was very, very similar of an idea, but she called it keeping the lights on in her business. And so what she felt like was keeping the lights on in her business was going silver at a minimum for herself, okay? And then also developing a silver a month, okay? So moving into kind of more of a vision casting, she shared with us this awesome planner that I need to find. She actually linked it. If you guys are interested, I'm going to link it. It's faith-based, so that may not work for everybody. She opened the call and really basically said that she's sorry, not sorry, to chat about it that way. Everybody on the call was very on board with that. I believe everybody on this call is very on board with that, but I just want to share that this may not be the right planner for you. Bless you. This may not be the right planner for you, but if this content resonates with you, please think about picking it up. It goes quarterly. Okay. So it's kind of a vision casting type of a thing. It's called the She Works His Way Business Tracker. Okay. So I kind of paused to rewind and share the name of the business tracker because she's, again, like I said, committed to going silver herself as a minimum, but also developing a silver a month. So with her quarterly big, crazy, hairy, scary goal, she's saying she wants 9 level 1 silvers. That's what she's doing in a quarter. Okay. And she is determined to keep growing new legs. Now, this is a jewel who has lost a ruby leg and lost a senior gold leg very recently. And guys, this is confidential, and I know that you will keep that like that. You know, this is a vulnerable topic of her personal business. But I wanted to say that just because we all know how it feels to have like, any kind of, fumbles in our business. So she's had a rough go. And so she's really prioritizing growing these new legs just due to what has happened for her. And I guess, obviously we can understand that. So it's a run for 3 months, and she's really focused on pouring into her new people. And I think that some of you may have seen the quote. I loved it when she shared this, and she said, when you sign someone, the work isn't over. The work has just begun. And I feel like when we're a high recruiter, and I'm really talking to myself, I'm being vulnerable here, guys. Like, I'm not being your leader. I'm just sharing information, right? I like the rush is in the signing, right? The rush is in the getting them slammed in there. But the real work starts with the supporting. I've got so many good nuggets for you about that. So just stay tuned. It's coming right up. She has a plan about supporting the first month and then the first 60 days, which is gold to me. And that's why I wanted to get you guys on here. So in this business tracker, there is a section that she starts her day with, and it's super neat. I don't have it to show you, but basically what it looks like is this. So it's, okay. This is super simple. I wrote nothing, but do you see those 4 lines? So there's 4 different categories, okay? And the categories are this. I'll link this planner just in case you guys are interested. The 4 sections are, okay, so there is a piece of this tracker that is called commitment to clients. So it's a very entrepreneurial focused tracker, okay? It's not just MLM, but it's very focused on retention, growth, etc. in your own business. So she feels like it works perfectly. I trust her. I really align with her. And so it's called commitment to clients. And then the 4 areas underneath are invest, nurture, listen, and learn. Okay. And so every single day, by the way, I'm ordering this planner. Like it's happening. I was on the road all day with icy conditions. I'm ordering it like first thing in the morning tomorrow. First thing in the morning, she wakes up. What I loved was, I'm going to jump. Again, she starts her business on her knees. Okay. First thing she does. So she says, hang on, where is that? You guys, I was everywhere. So I'm not trying to be, anyway. I'll get to that. I'm going to be redundant when I say it again, but basically she starts her day in prayer, literally on her knees. And then she goes immediately into those 4 sections. And what it looks like is commitment to clients. And she's all about serving. She doesn't check her phone, which feels like dying for all of us. Probably we're like, how is that possible? But that is what has made a huge change for her. And I'm personally committing to this for myself. I'm like wading into it. Like, I'm not jumping into it, guys, but I'm all about this. So what she says is, through listening to others is how we will grow and create viral momentum and create relationships. So she's all about, this method is all about, we've got a great culture on our team, right? Everything can always be better. Everything can always be better. We can have engagement on from many other people. We can have connection on many other people. We can have relationship building anytime. So that's really my focus. So the investing piece is, how can I invest in my team? So in the day, like in this piece of the planner, the business tracker, she's basically talking about each day how she wants to invest in her team. She's thinking about it. Is she filling them with words? Is she investing money that day? Is she, investing? Where is she investing? How is she doing that? Okay. The next is listening to them. I don't know if you guys saw that I did a poll because it got buried in other things that we were doing. But one of the things that she said was she started to do polls. She emailed all of her level 1s, asking them questions. How do you feel about this? She will ask things on her team page. Guys, how are you taking block? What do you love about block? Learning or listening from them. Okay? Listening to them, excuse me. The nurture piece is relationships. It is sort of the byproduct of all this connection. But nurture, I think, also is anytime you can get together with somebody in person, anytime we can do a team event, anytime that you can show a lot of attention to a relationship, okay? I think we're all naturally good at that, but we need to prioritize it, okay? So we're all good at that as people, but we need to prioritize it. And again, the learning, I said this in listening, but I was incorrect. The learning is, how are you doing this, right? Tell me about this. What do you like about this? Learning from them. But this business tracker gets her juices flowing first thing in the morning about this piece, okay? It guides her in a different direction, and that's what I love. So same thing with the learning and the listening. You know, learning and listening is kind of the same, but things that she's asked some level 1s are, what stopped you from doing the business? What stopped you? Don't we all want to know that? But yet, do we ever ask it? And I thought that was fascinating. So the next thing I'm going to move into, the next thing, I kind of mentioned this in our new thread, but the live training. So she really resonated with me, you guys, because I feel like there's a group of people that want these team calls. And the participation is lower than I would like, but I value the team call. I value that. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it work. And I really liked what she said. It was a kickoff team call. And if we agree that we want that to be a new ambassador training, that works. You know, every single month we can prioritize that. But then it's more engaging weekly lives that are worked out. The time doesn't necessarily matter. People can jump in when they want to. Of course, we don't want our trainings to seem casual, but we do want them to be accessible. And so what she said was, and I agreed with that, sometimes, very few people that aren't established leaders literally are going to click on that Zoom link. They just don't. I mean, we don't have a lot, like for me, I don't have a lot of people that aren't already committed on my team calls. I don't. And not that I don't want to train you guys. It's not that. It's that I want to reach people with information that need the new information. I want to connect with you guys privately in a leader's capacity, et cetera. So does that make sense? That was kind of my thought on that. So she, like I said, she does a kickoff call once monthly, a live weekly, and then she brings somebody on with her so that it's engaging. And the thought there is, if I'm live with Kim Crooms' team is going to get that notification, right? Sadie is live with Kim, or Sadie is live with Donna, all that kind of stuff. And that is the idea. If you guys digest what I'm saying and you have a different thought process about it, please share that. I'm trying to reach as many people as possible. I don't have all the answers and don't want to. So here is some magic that I'm about to drop on you with how she supports her people in the first 30 and 60 days. Okay. I thought it was fantastic. It made me uncomfortable, and that means I have to do it. When she was telling me about it, I was like, okay, I hate what you're saying, so I have to do it. And this is very weird for me, but I'm doing it. Okay. So you're excited. You get your new person. They join. This is what is in the investing category, is what she has said. So you message. So this is what she does. She's very type A, which I can connect with. So she messages them the day their products are out for delivery, meaning she's tracked their package. Okay. She's on this. All right. And she sends them basically one of those graphics that I shared today, right? The graphics that I shared, she's going to pick whatever one applies to them, or she's going to send a graphic she's made or whatever it is, depending on the product stack. Don't be casual about that. Make it work, okay? Don't be lazy. I'm not saying you are. We all get busy. So you message them the day their products are out for delivery. Hey, Susie, girlfriend, your products are about to be delivered today. I'm so excited. She says this: I want to be the first person telling them their products are going to be on the doorstep. I'm the first person to say it. I don't want it to just be a surprise. I love that because I love the proactive nature of that. Okay. So she messages them, your products are out for delivery. I'm so excited for you. Let me know what you think. Here is a quick graphic that gets you started on the products. I'll check in with you soon. My green brain was uncomfortable not walking them through every single day. I'll be honest, but she's a smart cookie. She's successful, and I trust her. And I'm going to do, my commitment to my business is following the instruction of people that are successful. So this is what I'm doing now. Okay. So then she sends a postcard to these people. Y'all, she made a postcard. She made a picture of herself at corporate, whatever. As soon as she knows that their products are out for delivery, she's sending them a card. Thank you so much for joining. I cannot wait to, collect your health testimony. Any of these examples you want, I've got them. So if you want to see it, but it was really her just like, can you see my hand? She's like this, like on the thing, and she's right by the Plexus sign, and whatever you want to do, wearing a Plexus tank top, snap a selfie. Don't send a postcard, send a regular card. I don't think it matters. I think it's the act of receiving a piece of mail. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So she sends the postcard. All right. Now, week number 2, she doesn't do anything. after that first touch. Okay. Week number 2, she is sending a link. Now, this is depending on what her, the person's products are. So you guys, we've got to a little bit use our brain. This isn't just, like regurgitated. So if it's somebody who's gotten the weight loss or the weight loss essentials, she's sending a link to the lean recipes, right? That's in the back office, or that's on like Sonny and Cher. Is that even still a thing? I don't know. Some of these things have gone and gone. Okay. Links to that stuff, or recipes from the Slim Down, or anything like that. Even if they're not a part of the Slim Down, say, hey, we have this initiative. I think that this would work really great for what you've told me your goals are. Check it out. By the way, how are you feeling? Right? Okay.
Hey, Sadie, can I ask you a quick question real quick?
Yeah.
When you said that she doesn't like touch base with them again until week 2, is she like, so she's not going over the dosage and stuff?
So she's sending that graphic.
Okay.
Did you see those graphics?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. So I know it made me feel uncomfortable as well. Like that's not like, I know. So I asked a couple questions about it and I feel like I was the only person that cared about it, but I was like, so here's the thing. This is how I feel. You have to feel comfortable. If you somewhat like that other graphic, it's going to take you 2 seconds to kind of make something in Photofy, make a note that you really align with. I think the point is getting somebody on a start off for that, at least that first week, to where you're kind of letting them go. Does that make sense? This works for her. I've never done it, but you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, like my skin crawls a little bit like advising this, but she's loving it. It's working for her. If that doesn't work for you, creating a note for them and having something that you can copy and paste it back out, right? Does that make sense? So instead, if you don't like that alignment of that graphic, let's say that you see their thing is out for delivery and you send them a message and you're like, girl, I'm so excited. And you've covered what their bowel movements are. You've covered, before. You send them a message and you say, this is how I want you to get started. I cannot wait. Send me, a selfie with your pink drink, your first day, girl, you're starting tomorrow. I'm so excited. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think the point is, we know your products are coming. We acknowledge that. We get you started without having to hear from you. So I've always been the person of, let me know when your products arrive. Right. And this is us in charge of the deal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This might not work for everybody, but I liked it because I felt like it looked like we were taking ownership, and I really liked that. Okay, so for week 3, she's sending something simple, another sample of something they've not tried, the body cream, a sample of another Slim, anything you want. I think get something in the mail to them. Okay, on week 3. Hey, one sample, who cares? She does body cream. And what she says on the body cream is, now granted, it's winter. Okay, so it's winter. So that's what she said. She said, hey, this is great for super dry skin. A lot of people put this in their hair. If you keep this around for summertime, it heals a sunburn like none other. Enjoy. Another touch point. Okay? Another in-person touch point. Right? Or in person, it's coming to their house. Then last of this first 4 weeks is messaging them before their sub runs and saying, hey, your subscription is about to run. Surprise! I'm going to cover your shipping. Let's go through the products that you're about to order because I want you to love them. And it creates another time to chat. Shipping is $5, right? Their order going through is going to make you 15. You've just earned $10, and you know what I mean? And created a greater bond. I loved this. I was so obsessed with her. I was like, I love you. Okay. So the 60-day mark is or not 60, I'm sorry, but in that, cresting over that next 30 days, right? We've worked into, we're past week 4 is basically. She asked them, girl, you're loving this. Okay, I've got a challenge for you. Will you post a picture with your pink drink and tag me in the post? Right? Anybody that buys from your post, I'll reimburse their shipping. It's time to get your products paid for. I am so excited. Right? And that creates the momentum. This entering into the 60 days is where the business conversations happen. And she has been very vocal. Like, she was very vocal about not calling it silver. She doesn't call it silver. She says, okay, it is time, girl. Are you ready? Let's take your picture. We're going to get your products paid for, because did you know that when 3 people join you in this pink drink thing, you're making $422? You know what I mean? If anybody is weird about the business, calling it silver is going to mess with them. Calling it rank, I have a problem with that. You know why? Because I like ranks and titles and those things. So I use those terms, but that's not the general majority. And it blew my mind when she said that. So I made her repeat herself like 2 times. I'm like, so you're saying that you do this? Like, you don't do this? And she's like, no, I don't do this. So I love that piece. I'm absolutely adopting that. I say that because I feel like people would normally get excited about it. And some people do, but some people are like, okay, it doesn't resonate because that doesn't motivate them. But saying, girl, if you get the chance to help 3 friends, we're covering your products, you're making extra. I cannot wait for you to bless everybody. You know what I mean? Saying it in a different way. Okay. Hang on. So this is another part of her business tracker that just kind of blew my socks off. I already said this, I'm ordering it, but there is the spontaneous wow. How did I serve above and beyond today? And you reflect and you look back on what you did. And it turns your mindset into, how am I serving? What did I do? It gives you that conditioning to think. She gave the example of somebody that was like lower in her downline that asked her to do something that she felt like they could have done themselves. But she said, you know what? I'm going to wow them with customer service today. I'm going to be the best customer service that they've ever had. I'm going to take care of it. And that was one thing she included in her spontaneous wow. Because don't we all do things for people that they could do themselves? And we don't want to make a habit of it, right? We don't want to make a habit of being, putting everybody's problems onto our back, but we do want to celebrate when we do it. And I loved that. She even said that in the moment, it helped her reconcile doing it. Like, I'm going to wow them. Here's my spontaneous wow. I'm going to do this and it's going to be great. And I think that sometimes as leaders, when we're super busy, it allows us to I could see how it could allow us to kind of become one with some of those things that that are asked of us that are a little like, okay, um, so, how are we taking the load off of them? How are we wowing them? Okay, that's where it was. This is where the start your business on your knees. So she said that the thing that has changed her business the most, besides working this uh, specialized business tracker, is that she starts her business on her knees, literally, and she is intentional. In every single communication, in every single action, she's intentional. And I loved it. So to go back to something that I was going to say at the very beginning, really utilizing your monthly goals. But if you look at it in the framework of those quarterly goals, what does that look like for you? How are you going to keep the lights on for your business? I thought that was super poignant. It's a way for us to gauge our activity. If you had to pay rent, like I pay rent in a home, you do everything that you need to do to do that, to be able to, keep your house, basically. And that's the same way that we should feel about paying a mortgage, right, of our actual home, or, with our business. So, I hope that helped you guys a little bit. I found that the 4 areas were just a very selfless and servant leader way to approach serving. The invest, the nurture, the learn, and the listen. I know I didn't give a lot of examples on nurture, but when we can connect physically or on the phone, you guys, even as simple as like posting something on somebody's wall, sending them a little message, not, really building up themselves, not necessarily like, oh, you know what, I can't wait for you to go gold. Yes, we cannot wait for that for them. We want that for them, but nurturing their soul is a big deal, so anytime I think that we can, meet with them, meet them where they're at, is a good thing. So do you guys have any questions before we hop off? I appreciate you hopping on tonight. I hope I was clear in everything I said, but I'm here for any questions.
I loved it.
Yeah, I love it too. It's just so it'll be good because you can have somebody join you, but I just can't seem to I hate the word convince, but persuade them to see the value in all of this. So this is a good new approach to it, I think. So yeah.
And what I liked too is that this really didn't interfere with our ATM or our send, share, invite, God bless. I mean, and something she mentioned too, and, you will see when you are on those Jewel pages, I mean, like, it's just things thrown at you. And I'll be honest, I do not, I don't handle a lot of options well. Meaning I don't know what everyone needs. I want to do everything for everybody. And so sometimes it shuts me down, and I don't want to not offer, you know what I mean? Like, corporate offers a lot of things. And so that's why I shared when I felt convicted to share about the Terra Castaneda thing last night. I'm like, I need them to hear that. I want you guys to hear this and hear that we don't need to reinvent the wheel, you guys. We just need to connect. We just need to touch people, and the rest will be history. I swear. I feel that way. And so, I feel like this wave of just getting back to connection and touching people, and we've got great resources. We really, really do. But I think that when we build the relationship with people, they will naturally feel open enough to share, right?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I mean,
They'll
I
feel
think that
connected.
sometimes we get so excited for people, we leech onto them and we're like, you're doing this. I do the same. I'm like, no, you're perfect. And then it's almost like, have you guys ever seen that movie Couples Retreat where the, you know, that what's his name? That little anyway, he was like talking about how it's like when you love something so much, it's like a little puppy, and you just shake the little puppy and you just love it, you know, you love it so much. I'm going to find the clip and I'm going to share it in our group. But that's how I feel like sometimes when somebody wants to do this, because we're so excited, we're so mothering about it, we're so mentoring about it, right? And really what we need them to feel is just accepted, included, loved. And I think if we ran with that, even that 4-week thing, what's it cost us? I mean, when she was saying that, I'm like, okay, 1 sample of body cream and a stamp and 2 minutes of my time. What's that really cost me, right?
Mhm.
What's it cost to go to my, you know, like back office, track their package? And even if you're off a day, do you know what I'm saying? Just the act of sending that message and saying, it's coming, it's going to be there. Like, I cannot wait. I think it's going to be there today. Girl, this is how you're going to get started. Or guy, right? Obviously, or gender neutral. But you know what I mean? I think it's those extra touch points that are going to elevate our game, right? By connecting more, it elevates us. So I don't want it to ever feel like extra busy work. I want it to feel like you're connecting more, right? So if you don't feel like this aligns with your vision of your business, ignore, okay? If you don't feel like this works for you, just wash it away. But if you feel like you've wanted an opportunity to get closer to your people, I think that this is a great way.
Yeah.
This is what I've been looking for. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say just sending that thing the first week and not